Welcome this evening. Thank you for stopping by. Um, if you are new, welcome. If you're returning, hello again. Welcome to LettiSpeaks, where we try to find meaning in everything and try to take it just a little bit deeper. And today we are doing an energy reading and see what the energies are looking like tonight and possibly what Spirit has to say. I've been hearing a lot about mirroring in this season. I know we are dealing with a new moon right now as well, so lots of beginnings and endings happening right now. Lots of new resolutions coming through. Right now is a season to possibly face choices, right? With the mirroring comes a time of taking a look at things that used to be the reality and possibly having the opportunity to make a new choice, which will ultimately lead to a different space moving forward. And so, with this mirroring, there's could be a lot of reflection happening right now, a lot of dual parallels, almost like being able to see yourself, step away from yourself and look at the paths that you've chosen. And if you are on the brink of making a change, possibly saying goodbye to that old self, that could be still very present when you look in the mirror, but maybe quickly expiring as you say goodbye to that old person. May even be a little bittersweet as well as you depart from the old version of who you used to be. And so this season is bringing in a lot of reflection, a lot of change, opportunity. Of course, even though there's the opportunity for change, we are always subject to free will and to making the decision on which road we will travel. And so, but yet and still, that's the energy that I'm feeling. Very strong mirroring energy, almost like there is a reflection that is very present and you're conscious of it. And in light of this reflection, you could be putting some things to rest, putting that old version of you to rest as you embark in a new, unplanned, unexplored, unknown territory, an unknown path where adventure awaits. And so that's the energy I'm getting a feel for in this season tonight. I know I've definitely dealt with that, had lots of conversations with myself, and through this process, this mirroring process of saying goodbye to that old version and a lot of things that was attached to that old version of me. And it's quite bittersweet. It's almost like allowing yourself to grieve that old version of you as you move forward into this new space, this new territory. And so, let's see. Tonight we will be definitely taking a look into a couple of different oracle decks to see what energies are present tonight, see what Spirit has to say. We'll also be using a couple of tarot decks as well. And so let's go ahead and get started. Again, welcome. Couple of ways if you want to support my channel. Definitely like, definitely comment. You can feel welcome to share if you choose to. There's also a few other ways that I usually add to my description on other ways that you can support. And so thank you for stopping by. Let's get started. I also wanted to share as well, I have been taking the time out to do a 7-episode series on chakras. And with these series, I'm taking the time also to kind of add more information, more understanding around how these different chakras or energy centers affect our body. And so I invite you to go take a listen and explore some of those meditations with the mantras, also some of the videos that will tap into those chakras that we've done so far. I think we're on energy center number 4. I just finished number 4. And so the next episode will come out at the end of this week and all the way up until the 7th one. And so for those of you that have already checked it out, I hope you're enjoying that series. If you have not, feel free to go over and check it out. And let me know what you think. All right, let's get started. I hope this evening finds you in peace and harmony, first and foremost with yourself. And then secondly, with the things that you've been called and the things and the people that you've been called to connect to. I feel like this is a very significant season, first within ourselves and then outwardly. And so I hope this evening finds you in a very abundant energy where you have lots of peace and lots of mental clarity, lots of harmony and love within and for yourself. I hope this finds you in the highest of spirits. All right. So our first card is the Divine Masculine. And for the Divine Masculine, 8 could be significant in this time. If you find yourself seeing 8s, this may definitely pertain to you. The energy of the Divine Masculine is absolutely electric and empowering. It's active and it's moving. This card represents the energy of Osiris, which was an Egyptian deity. And this particular deity was the master of resurrection. And so this stands for an active time, creative energy in life. And it's almost like fusing your own abilities with the conscious universal vibration. So I guess to put it in simple terms, co-creating with the universe. And this represents being invigorated with that life force, with that intense energy, and entering a period in time where the energy is going to be at an all-time high. It's going to be at a high frequency, very creative, right? On his shoulder is a hawk. Hawks could be significant, birds could be significant, but in this card, this hawk represents great vision. Not only vision, but great communication skills as well. And this communication and this vision has everything to do with being connected to spirit in a way that positions you as a messenger. This signifies moving into a place and a time where there's this great level of productive and creative energy, and allowing yourself to kind of be the conduit of that energy and be open to whatever projects or activity could be calling out to your heart, right? This could be in the form of creating new business ventures, or this could be even writing, a book or a novel, creating some form of art. And this is a calling to actually focus and pour your energy into that creative spark. And this spark is actually fueled and energized and empowered and electrified through the connection that you have with the divine, with the creator. It's universally inspired, so much so that there is like an acceleration of what's happening, right? You can almost see that being poured down right before him. And so this is like co-creation right here. And what a lot of people don't understand is that sometimes we consider ourselves to be the creator when really we are the conduit of creation. The spirit of creation passes through us to actually bring into fruition the product, whether it's music, art, a book, a thought, right? That is the energy, the spirit of creation being fused through us to produce it, or to be reinvented or invented. Now, if this is not you, this could be someone that you are coming into contact with, someone who carries this energy. And this could be bringing about a new energy into your life through this connection. It doesn't have to be romance, it could be, but it could also be a strong, supportive connection, like a friendship. It could be a business connection as well. But this energy is someone who represents fresh, new, dynamic energy and ideas that's going to be funneled into your life. And so now's the time to really be open to new opportunities, to be conscious of the opportunities that come your way. And remember to allow yourself to be open and guided, right? But even as you come into contact, into connection with individuals as such, it's not to overpower your own creative energy pouring through you. This is to come together with someone and create something new of the two. And so I hear Spirit saying, don't be tempted to sit what you're doing, what you've been called to do down, to replace it for something else, but someone's coming alongside to add to encourage what it is that you're already doing. They're bringing their own energy as you stand in yours as well. And so you're being called to listen. If this is someone else coming in alongside you, listen to your own intuitive voice. Listen to and maintain your own creative intention through this endeavor. Yeah, we have the star. And the Four of Wands. And so this is definitely with the star. It's almost like a creative energy being poured out into the earth. And that's through whatever this is that's coming together here. There's something being poured out on the earth, this creative energy. The Four of Wands coming together to complete something. And again, this is not a time to be this is not a time to be aimlessly wandering or to be risky, but this is really a time to be guided, especially with the star. This is specific, right? It's not random. This is definitely a time to be guided. And you will be every step of the way for who this is for. You see the little candle that's lit in the upper window there, right? You'll never be in the dark. You'll be guided every step along this way. And so whether this is you, the divine masculine, or a divine masculine stepping in to your situation, this is purposeful. It's full of purpose with the star here, being guided to a specific place. And so I almost hear Spirit saying, rest up. Like get some rest, because what's coming, you're going to need all of your energy. Yeah. Hold on tight, y'all. This might get a little lengthy. All right. And then we have the power to give and receive healing. And this comes in as a challenge. This comes in as a challenge. And so in this picture, we have a priestess, definitely channeling life-giving energy, as you can see from the palm of her hands. She's standing her back against a sacred ancient tree. And she's channeling energy into the earth and then back. The earth is channeling it back to her. And so this is a time with this card, lets us know we're in a time of great healing. Not only for you, because it's being channeled back to her, but she's sending it out, but this is also for others around the globe. And I almost feel like this is the energy, even as we've been talking about chakras, of being very conscious of the power that we hold within our bodies. If there is any like physical concerns right now, it's a time to really be aware and conscious of what it is that we have as it pertains to the body, the mind, the spirit, right? We were talking about our chakras and our energy system and how everything is energy. And if everything is energy, then imagine how important it is to understand how energy works within our body, right? And so this brings the understanding of how we hold the ability within us to heal, not only ourselves, but we can actually heal each other. And not only can we heal each other, but we hold the power to heal Mother Earth as well. Because when it all boils down to it, we are one. We're one with everything. And so the challenge, this comes in as a challenge because for who I'm talking to, there may be a lack of awareness around this powerful energy vibrating within you. Energy that you have not only to heal yourself, but to heal others. And I could even be talking to someone who's already in the healing field, right? A doctor, a nurse. You could be a holistic healer in some type of way. There's something that you could do to actually inspire healing in the body. No matter what healing capacity you serve, you are nevertheless a healer. Whether an energetic one, a spiritual one, whether it's a natural one. You could even be a shaman, a hands-on healer. And so this comes in as a challenge because this could be a part that is not fully understood. And without knowledge, not only does a people perish, but without knowledge, things cease to exist as well, right? Um, and being that there's this connection coming in with this other more creative energy coming through divine masculine, this could be calling you to recognize what it is that you hold. And maybe there's a lack of recognition there. Maybe there's yet the full understanding of what it is that you've been called to um, give or do. And I love this card because it is personal, but it's on a broader scale. Like, not only does it include others, but it also includes Mother Earth as well. So it has this overall responsibility for every created thing, right? And it brings it back to the understanding that we are one with everything. There is a shared responsibility with everything and everyone. And it brings us to the resolution that the choices that we make must not only be personal, but they must be choices that honor our environment as a whole and choices that bring healing to the land, to the seas, to all of the inhabitants of the planet overall. Let's see why this is coming in as a challenge. Healing Earth. Why is this coming in as a challenge? All right, we have the Six of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So wands represent fire energy. It's doing energy. It's inspiration. And this Ten of Wands lets me know that there's lots to be done and many ways to do it. And many of those may very well be within your toolbox to do it. And then we have the Six of Wands, which I almost feel like this is coming in as a challenge because it's almost like we sometimes put our prize possibly in the wrong place, where we hold our treasure and the esteem that we feel and we seek to acquire possibly is in it's off course or it's in the wrong place, because this comes in as a challenge. And it may just be the fact that there is not a full understanding of who you are. And if you are someone, because I could be speaking to this divine masculine, and because this could actually be speaking directly to you. I love this because I hardly ever, get to speak to the masculines. And so if this is for the divine masculine, then this comes in as a to challenge you to do more. And this says that you've been given everything needed and some more. There's many ways that you can accomplish this. As a matter of fact, you may have been looking for the outlets, for the plugs that you have, for the gifts that you have. You've been looking for the outlets, right? And a way to champion that. And that has been a challenge for you. Now, if you're not the masculine, if you are someone who is having the masculine come beside you, then it could be that there's the need for you to realize the fullness of what is being called here, what you are being called to, what the overall purpose is that you carry. Same thing. That you're meant to champion this calling with all of the giftings that you've been given to meet this calling. And I get the energy to, or the feeling like whatever this is going to be so rewarding. Like this is something that money can't buy. Of course, we need money to survive and to eat and to take care of ourselves and our families and to keep a roof over our head. But this is way, way, way above compensation. This is at the very core of your being. This is why you were brought here. You were brought here for such a time as this. I'm hearing the book of Hadassah, also known as Esther. You were brought here for such a time as this. And this is going to be so fulfilling. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easy and there won't be challenges, but this is why you were brought here. And there's nothing else that can give you a sense of fulfillment until you align yourself with your purpose. One of the things that's standing out for me right now is that same universal energy flowing down for the divine masculine is also flowing here as well. There's connection to source here. So, without a shadow of a doubt, I feel like I can say for whoever this is for, you most definitely are a healer. You definitely have healing flowing through your hands specifically. Specifically. You could absolutely be someone that can lay hands on someone and cause healness to happen. That's one of the giftings I'm hearing. So, for someone, there could be the over identification with loss and lack and fear and victimization. There could be just an over identification with those energies. And not that they're not real, but it's being able to take the not so good experiences and actually transmute that energy into something purposeful. That's why we're here. That's why we're reading right now. This is what we do. This is what we do. We take the fear and the shame and we turn it into passion. We turn it into power. We use it as stepping stones. We use it as motivation to heal and better ourselves and see through that darkness. So right now on your mind, I'm hearing there could be an over identification, meaning this is what has consumed, or it could be consuming right now for whoever's watching this in this moment. It could be consuming right now thoughts of anxiousness and judgment of self, of the life that you've experienced up to this point. There's like an over obsession and a focus on the past, on losses that has been assumed. And this could be the intention to protect yourself. The owl, I don't know if you can see the owl, it actually kind of melts in the background. But the owl is kind of like her protection. It's almost like she's using it to shield herself from hurts. The feathers are being used in her hand. And those are owl feathers, but she's using it to shield herself from hurts. Now, the owl is definitely beneficial because we know that the owls are very significant. They can see through darkness in a way that we can't. And they have the ability, this owl has the ability and the capacity to guide her out of dark spaces. That's what the owl represents here. And those dark spaces are the fear and the lack and the loss that's been experienced and the experiences of victimization, right? It's that consciousness around that energy, that negative, dark energy. But I feel like this card, though those experiences are very real and we all can, identify with some energy that can take us there. But no matter what the loss was or what it is, or whatever experiences that has been had through the past, it's still calling forth the necessity to shift the focus to right now and to redefine your power, right? To redefine your power. And you do that by reminding yourself, well, that was the past, it happened, okay, there's nothing we can do to change that, but we're in the right now, and we're no longer the victim. We made it out, we made it over. And if we're still there, then it's making the decision to step away, to step out as soon as you can, safely. You're no longer the victim, right? The world can be a threatening place, but you're no longer the victim of it. And you can no longer afford to be the victim or frightened and unable to really direct your destiny. And I feel like we've all been given, it's almost like looking at a map of, what has been purposed for your life. I feel like we've all been given a sense of a place where we've been purposed and the path that we've been purposed to walk, right? And it's almost like finding that. It is each and every one of our responsibilities to find that for ourselves. No one else can lead you there. No one else can find that for you. Matter of fact, everybody is pretty preoccupied staying. Once they, right, finding it is one thing, and then staying on it is the next challenge, right? So it's to be careful that I don't get so consumed in someone else's path and helping them that I lose myself from my own, right? But we've all been given a direction, a path, a place of purpose. And it is our responsibility to allow ourselves to be directed to that destiny that belongs to us. And it is our consciousness that creates our reality. Yeah. That's why we have to change the narrative. We have to change the narrative. However you do that, you have to change the narrative. Let them call you delusional. That's fine, as long as you change your narrative so that you can change your direction and change your reality from stuck to moving. And so the owl in this picture is encouraging to leave that mentality behind and to see the truth that lies within, that truth of courage and power. And as we move forward, of course, we'll still have experiences that remind us of where we used to be, of who we used to be, of what we used to accept. But the difference is when those things come up, when loss comes up, right? We let ourselves grieve it. We let ourselves grieve the disappointments, but we don't define ourselves by the experience, and we don't stay there. But instead, what we do is we open up and allow ourselves to be led, to be willing to take charge and set our eyes on real solutions and on new directions. That's going to lead us into spaces where we will find fulfillment in life, find purpose for life. And so it's important to change the way we view things, change the story that we're telling ourselves, and look at it with optimism. And self-honoring intentions, and allow ourselves to become the director, not the victim, but the director, because this is our life. And for some who may not know, or may not be familiar with standing in your power, it feels strange at first. And it's hard to kind of trust yourself in the beginning. But on the flip side of that, compared to staying in darkness and, in fear and disappointment, right? Something has to give. It's time to let go of the old patterns of people pleasing and passive acceptance of others' agenda, right? Yeah. And take your rightful place as a powerful presence in your own world, okay? That's what this card is saying. On your mind currently is the loss and the lack and the fear and the victimization currently, but we're not going to stay there. That's the reminder here. We're not going to stay there because this is not our place of belonging. We belong in the director's seat. And I do feel like this is an energy from the past. I don't feel like this is an energy, or it could be for some, but I don't feel like this is a current energy. I feel like this is thoughts that come in and kind of consume the moment and try to take over. But we don't identify with that anymore. Those patterns and those thoughts are they're long gone. We've awaited for the opportunity to escape into something more. And that opportunity has come. We've had to get real creative to release ourselves, but that opportunity came and we took it. And because we're no longer there, we're no longer allowing our thoughts to take us back there. We're transmuting those negative thoughts into positive ones, into optimistic ones. And so every time the thought comes in, one of the ways that I have overcome is what I call shadow work. And what that means, I know it sounds, like it's off, but what shadow work is allowing yourself the opportunity to re-experience something that actually was traumatic. And so you get to go back to that situation that caused trauma, and you get to relive it in a different way, in a way where you feel like it was supposed to be lived, right? And so in that, you have the opportunity to, just as I said, you have an opportunity to kind of rewrite your story, or to rewrite your narrative, right? And to look at the overall picture. Yes, it was bad. No, it probably didn't give a lot of positive things that you can hold near and dear, but there was something. The overall picture of it is that you are resilient today, very creative, very strong, very passionate, and empathetic, right? You're able to feel people on a deep level. Those are things that trauma teaches us. It teaches us how to feel people on a deep level and to understand them in a way that probably normal people probably can't. You ever heard somebody say, I don't know how you put up with that, right? Well, try living a year in my shoes and you'll understand. But does it mean that we stay there? No. When we know better, we do better. And, we learn to teach people how to treat us by what we accept. When we know better, we do better. And so we're not meant to stay there. So though you may find yourself going back there right now, this may be an opportunity to go back and rewrite it, turn that negative memory into a positive one. So now every time you think of it, instead of being absorbed and consumed with negativity and doubt and that energy that brings you back into that energy of fear and victimization, maybe it's time to turn that thought around and remember how strong it made you, how creative you were able to become in that circumstance, how you were able to see people from a different view, from a different angle. It's time to rewrite the story. It's time to look at the overall picture, not just the circumstance of the experience, but the overall picture. And for some, I feel the support coming in through these deep emotions. As I was saying, one of the benefits of having to go through situations that create these type of circumstances, there's if we look at it from a different perspective, it actually shifts things around and helps us to see, oh, that's why I needed to go through that. There are people that have had near death experiences or very painful experiences where they've almost lost their lives, but then when they come back, there's a different reality that they come back to. Many times that reality is tied to the spiritual dimension. That veil has been lifted because of the experience that they've had. And so it depends on how you're able to twist the circumstance and look at it from a different perspective, right? So some of the supportive energy that's coming in for you right now is deep emotions, unknown feelings, and past life influences. Yeah, this is a side that your support right now is coming from a side that a lot of people don't tap into. They never explore it. This picture has so many different allegories and symbolism, so much symbolism in it. Um, you see the triangle on her head, that's like sacred geometry. Um, it's a trinity of time that represents past, present, and future. And then that is surrounded by that very tribal looking circle, which is a symbol of eternity, reminding us of the unending nature of life, how life is cyclical, right? There's nothing new under the sun, how it's continuous and connected and repetitious. And then in the back, we have what is actually the water. And in the water, there's different currents going different ways, different speeds and directions. It's layered, right? And these layers are actually vibrations, is what they represent. And those vibrations are like the emotions of life. And this brings us to the need to understand our patterns of motivation and how we respond to things. This is going to lead us to understand how we're affected by things that are happening underneath the surface, things that aren't visible. Again, talking about that shadow work. And so this is coming in as support. And so I feel like for whoever this is for, you may already be working with yourself on this level because it's coming in as a support. And so this says that there is a level of consciousness that you're working in within yourself when it comes to the unseen feelings that you can't really see or tell, but because you are aware of them, it's like you know enough to, like, it's almost like a trigger, right? Your triggers, right? And so you, for whoever I'm talking to, you may very well be aware and working through triggers right now. And because you're aware of it, it doesn't have a level of control as it would with someone that doesn't even know. There's something that we call the pain body. And the pain body is a concept that I learned through, oh, what is his name? Let me see. I'm going to have to look him up. The pain body. I can't remember. It was one of the books that I read. It was either Gary Zukov or Tolle. Talked about the pain body, which is a level of awareness that we are not conscious of. And it operates when it's triggered without us even being aware of what's happening. It's called the pain body. And so, because you are aware of this is actually a great support for you right now, is what I'm seeing. Because this is coming in as support. And so, the fact that you are aware and tapped into this level, and you may be actively working on a deeper level within yourself to kind of heal those places so that you're not reactive to those triggers, which gives you more control over, how to direct yourself as it pertains to staying on your path and being able to direct your destiny. And so this is coming in as a supportive energy for you. And these may, in fact, be energy stemming from, of course, unknown feelings. We just talked about the pain body, but also past life influences. And I know not everybody will follow me here because not everybody believes in reincarnation or, but whatever you believe, right? This is talking about the deep level of consciousness that often operates without our approval, without our knowing, until we become conscious of it. For who I'm talking to, you are conscious of it. You've been working through that. And that's helping you right now at this point in your life, helping to navigate you and keep you on path. Helping you to release, toxic patterns and emotions. And however you're doing that, whether it's getting counseling, whether it's engaging in a way and calling on support like your spirit team, whether it's through meditation, whether it's through reading and learning about it. There's so many different ways that you can tackle that and to become aware of that and to become self-conscious to the point where, there's the growth that just naturally happens there when you become aware of it. And so this is coming in as a support. And let's see. Yeah. So I have the Seven of Vessels, the Crown of Coins, which is the Page of the King of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles, all talking about, well, the Champion of Coins is the Knight of Pentacles, not the Page, it's the Knight. The Knight actually represents in other decks this shamanistic healing. It represents being attuned to your spirit man and being conscious and connected, right? The King of Pentacles represents this very mature, very stable energy, very grounded energy, connected to earth and to yourself and sure of yourself, very learned and experienced. The Seven of Cups is an energy of soul work. You know, on a lower vibration, it could be considered, lots of options, being in a position where you have options. But when we're talking about a higher vibrational energy, this is soul work. This isn't looked at as options, but this is looked at in the reality of needing to not only seek wisdom and guidance, but also to be discerning so you don't make the wrong choice and have to go back through cycles over and over and over again. It's being conscious of what would be a wise choice versus an unwise choice. And so these are the energies supporting you right now. Keep doing the healing. Keep being guided and seeking wisdom and doing the inner work. I feel like Spirit is saying it's all in alignment. Everything has purpose. Everything. And we have sacred gratitude. This is actually a past energy. This is an energy where there has been a moment leading up to where we are right now, this present moment where there was this energy of connection with the higher source. And because of that connection, there was this spirit, this energy of reverence and appreciation that was cultivated. It's almost like an energy of prayerfulness. Even though in this picture she's touching a tree, you can see the connection, right, happening between her and the tree. But it goes back to the understanding that we are all connected. Everything is connected. We are all energy. It's all energy. And it's having an overall reverence for every living thing, an appreciation, not taking anything for granted. And then we have the number 50 here, right? By the time you reach 50, you get that. You don't have to be 50, but that's sticking out for me. Like, you don't take anything for granted. Nothing. Not even the air that you breathe. Nothing. Because you understand how fast life goes by and how fragile life is and how quickly people are taken. And for someone, because I do have an Ace of Cups here, I feel like there was some message that sticks with you from the past, whether it's something that someone spoke to you or something that you promised yourself. Maybe you made a list, but there's something to do with the word spoken or something written, some type of messaging that has something to do with this level of consecration or this level of connection that you experience or that you have with everything. And this love, it's almost like a very passionate desire of connection. If I'm not careful, I would even say in the past there was some level of hopeless romance that was cultivated. And this could very well be the energy that led you to this level of sacred gratitude. But this romance doesn't have to be with another person. It could have even been with like your connection with the Creator. It was like whatever sustained you in that hard time, there was a deep level of connection cultivated there. There was a love, an unending love that was cultivated there. And that is to be credited for this deep level of connection that you have today. And it is a deep level connection. Again, the hands. You see that? There's an exchange happening there. An exchange of healing, of love, of reverence, of care. So right now, this is the energy that you sit in. Idyllic times. It's like the garden or paradise. So for whoever this is, like you're in a really good energy. You're in a really good space. This is a time of great peace, of great joy, of great contentment. And if you're not feeling this right now, it's coming your way. It's headed right towards you. This could be an unexpected blessing coming your way to bring in this energy so you won't have to worry about anything. And it definitely could be something that's been long coming. You've probably waited for this. This could be a result of your extensive effort that you've put in sometime up until now. The butterfly, of course, we know represents transformation, metamorphosis, right? That lets us know that there's some transformation that's happened. And it's already happened, or else the butterfly would still be the caterpillar. There's some type of transformation that's happened here. Something that you've gone through that completely changed everything. And this was a change that happened not overnight, not easily, but as we know, the caterpillar has to overcome excruciating season where there's intense pressure and difficulty and darkness within that cocoon before he can emerge as the new creation. I'm inventing new words. As the new creation. And as the new creation, having forged wings, now with the ability to travel thousands of miles, right, into migration. Right? And so this talks about the hardships that you've gone through. The hardships that most definitely brought great value to your life. And that inner strength that we've been talking about. Transforming your life and bringing you into a new reality of pleasant experiences here in the garden, in paradise, where there's peaceful surroundings. And you still have the owl on the shoulder, right, from the beginning, but you're no longer holding the feathers as protection here. They're not needed. So this is a preparation for you to get ready for idyllic times ahead. This is the energy you sit in. You're sitting in receiving mode right now. This is a time for you to sit back and relax and appreciate the peace and the beauty that's being poured into your life right now. Practically, this could be you getting ready to go on a trip. And it could be to a very scenic place. A place that would make you feel like you're in a secret garden or that you're in paradise. And even if you can't do what we would call a vacation, right? There are ways for you to go right across town to idyllic places and surround yourself with just natural beauty, trees, flowers, birds, you know, animals, insects, all of the things that are natural blessings of the universe. And every time that you stop to notice and to listen and to see, right, you are actually showing appreciation, bringing this idyllic energy into your life. Paradise is always, always there. We are the ones that choose to experience it. Yeah, we have the Ace of Swords. This is the understanding, same butterfly. See that? That you always were there. It was just a matter of seeing it. So this is a level of clarity coming in. It's a matter of seeing it. Clarity's coming in of what you've always had. The Nine of Cups, what you've always had. So it doesn't have to be a vacation. It could be. But this is something that was always there. But now you're going to see it, what you've always been privy to experience. It's going to be clear now. Yeah. You may very well live in an environment where all you have to do is look out your window, and there you have it. Paradise. And for some, you may be going on a trip somewhere with lush greenery, where the animals run free. They don't have to worry about cars or people. In the hopes and fears, we have the sacred breath and sound, and we have a dolphin in the picture. Interestingly, I've been hearing a lot about dolphins the last couple of days, and dolphins actually are pretty cool animals. They're very playful, very lighthearted, but one of the most intelligent animals on the planet. Some would even say they actually have some connection to higher beings because they're so intelligent. But this is about life force and communication. And so this also taps back in to my chakra discoveries. Is all about life force. It's all about sacred breath. But to connect it with sound brings it even to a greater level. And this is the hopes and fears, right? And so, in hopes, I would think that this is talking about a level of communication to come in so that you would understand more. You know, it's one thing to have someone to tap in on your behalf, but when you're able to tap in on your own behalf and talk directly with source, with your spirit guides, your spirit team, with your higher self, with God, right? That's the place where we want to be. And then also understanding how energy works, how it's connected to the breath, understanding how to utilize the tools that we've been given. That's what my discovery around chakras has been about. It's like understanding what we have within our reach, within our grasp, that can make a huge difference. It's using what you have, right, to get what you want. We all want to be healthy, we all want to be happy, but little do we know, many times that starts with simple little things that we have control over, like breathing, right? The way that we eat, what we do with our bodies, getting our bodies moving, it's simple things that we have control over that can give us the level of happiness that we're looking for in our bodies. So apparently, the dolphin has to do with both breath and sound and movement. And so I almost feel like this is being suggested. This is the desire of the level of experience that we're wanting, and the hopes part of this. A level of healing that's available to us, but has a lot to do with us. Deep breathing, being able to do things like relieve stress, heal our bodies, raise our vibration, or our ki, or our prana, right? That's what we're talking about this week. We did a meditation this week on the heart chakra. Last week actually was about the solar plexus chakra, and we were talking about the chi, or the ki, or the prana, and that means life force, the breath carrying this energy through our body. And we very much have the ability to control that by taking time to stop and breathe deeply, right? Which is also correlated to physical issues that may appear in our bodies where we're not breathing deeply. That was the issue with COVID, was the fact that it hindered our breathing, right? And so because of that, for those that already had health issues, it probably intensified, the health issue within the body. But there is a physical resolve that happens when we breathe deeply. That even goes into even personal patterns. We were talking a minute ago about changing the mental patterns or personal patterns, or resolving those. Spending just a little bit of time in deep breathing and meditation can bring us into the energy of our fluidity, of our peacefulness, bringing that energy into our bodies and our lives. And then the other part of that is sound. Same thing. Which is why I also included in the lesson the meditation. Part of that understanding is understanding how sound influences the body as well. So on the back of the meditation, what you'll hear is frequency, music and frequency, which is resonance of sound, which can also cause the body to respond in healthy ways as well. And so I feel like that's why the dolphin was mentioned here, because the dolphins hear, right? They also move, they breathe, they have a special way of communicating, sending, and it's like little clicks that they do in their responses. And these clicks happen in like reverberations. And so, with that being the example with the dolphin, the breath, the sound, it's almost like we're being called to how we communicate with ourselves and others. This color on this card is like a ocean blue, which is actually the color of the throat chakra as well. Talking about communication, not only communicating, but also communication is not just listening, it's not just talking, but it's both. And then going a little bit deeper into that, it's our ability to comprehend as well. And then taking it even deeper, not only do we hear and do we speak to communicate, we want to comprehend, but even on a deeper level, we want to discern. That takes it down to the spiritual level. We also want to discern what it is that we're hearing, what it is that we're saying. And so this aqua blue on the back of the card taps into the throat chakra, which takes us to this deep level of communication in our fifth chakra. That's the throat chakra. And so in someone's hopes here, there's the hopes of communication, better communication. Through that communication, honoring our self-expression. And if at any point you found it difficult to speak up, you may have found, or if you are finding it difficult to speak up, you may find it helpful to just start journaling and venting your difficult feelings by journaling. There's other ways that you can do that. You can start blogs. You can start just speaking. If you want to challenge yourself to just start speaking and expressing yourself with courage. And so that's a very important way to heal yourself as well. We definitely don't want to keep those things bottled up inside. They need to be expressed, whether on paper or whether orally, they need to be expressed. And so for someone, this could be both a fear and a hope, right? A fear and a hope around health, around communication, and so let's get some more specifics on this. Life force energy and communication. So for someone, you could be feeling like you've been called to start something where you speak, or start something where you implement some type of um, plan or something as it pertains to life force, health, um, or sound, some type of therapy, or something that would be helpful to you or others. With the chariot and the crown of wands, this could be something that you actually have been practicing already. Maybe you're being called to lead others in this charge in what you do already. You've been getting nudges to start this, to start something around making the awareness of this greater. There could be fears around this. Maybe you're thinking of everything that could go wrong, right? Or maybe this is the hope that you would be able to do this one day. Spirit is saying, do it. Like you have the charge, you have the drive. You even have people that would actually benefit from this as well. Yeah. All right. And the outcome, we have brilliant beliefs, luminous life force, and personal power. First thing that I see on here is the energy that we started with the divine masculine, and then the woman with the healing hands in the forest. Now the energy is not outside of the priestess, it's within her now, right? It's within her now, not outside of her. Now it's within her. And so the outcome of this whole process here from beginning to end leads here: brilliant beliefs, luminous life force, and personal power. In this picture, it's very symbolic. And so she's sitting here accompanied by two snow leopards. And it's almost like she is standing as an example. She's projecting this brilliant life force out into the world. In her heart center, you can see it is brilliant. It's shining brightly. And within that area holds her, there's the understanding. There's the knowledge and the understanding of where she comes from. that she may be here in earthly form, but she may in fact understand that she is from somewhere far, far away. Around her head is a halo, and that halo represents a ball of ethereal light. So it's almost like there's a transcending from the spirit world into the physical. Um, and that glow around her head is her true identity. And this card is in it's a message that sits her up on kind of like a hill, but it's also a message letting you know that the same power that she sits in, the same place where she is from, you're made of the same thing. You're from the same luminous source. And I was listening to a young lady, very profound. I really do feel like there's this divine level of, as I was saying earlier, how we're just the vessels, you know. I truly believe that because I was listening to a young lady. She's probably a third of my age. And every time she speaks, she's always saying something that's profound. And she was talking about, you know, my people, you know, and I really resonated with it. And she was saying how we've been taught to serve, you know, but what one thing we have not been taught as a people was how to understand and occupy our position and know our power. We've been taught to serve, but we were never taught how to really understand and stand in our power as a people. And I got that. Ooh, that hit me like a wrecking ball. But even more profound than what she said was the fact that here is this young lady, a third of my age, with the wisdom of a woman my age, right? And so when I say that there is a channeling of creativity, we are just the vessels. There's a channeling of wisdom and creativity that happens, right? And brilliant beliefs, luminous life force, and personal power is reminding me of that. Because this card is asking us to embrace the same luminous power that we see her sitting in. And remember our oneness with Source, which is really oneness with all of creation. Because everything is from the same source. And it's that oneness that brings us to the truth and helps us to heal, right? Our wounds, our patterns, our hurts, those misinformed beliefs, even the lies about our lack of power, or not even lies, the fact that we were never taught or shown or brought into the fact that we hold personal power, right? We instead many times are taught to give it away or to offer it up. instead of hold it or stand in it or own it. Even if we have, not been taught or not had an opportunity to come into the understanding of what it is that we hold or who it is that we truly are, it's never too late. Yeah, it's never too late to awaken to your truth and let your inner light shine. Part of that is overcoming personal demons. That's what these two snow leopards represent. A time of renewed energy, and the fact that there is a level of personal power that we need to overcome those inner demons that we have. But we stand in the power now that we know. Matter of fact, we stand in a place where we're able to make giant leaps now that we know, to reverse those toxic mental patterns now that we know. And the more we do that, the more we stand in our power and move in it, the more the new understanding, the new beliefs, the brilliant beliefs will manifest more and more into this new reality. Yeah. One that will match the essence of the luminous life force that is within each of us. I love that. That's so beautiful. This is where we're leading. Ooh. So to end it off, I have the Keeper of Wands, the Ten of Coins, the Sun, the Tower, and the Crown of Wands. So we have a divine pair here. The Keeper of Wands and the Crown of Wands. So for some of you, as I said in the beginning, it's a dual journey. So there's somebody coming in to accompany you for some. If this is the divine masculine I'm talking about, it could definitely be the same, but it could also be a journey of you becoming one within yourself, activating your own divine inspiration within yourself, balancing that energy within yourself. And it could very well be that. It doesn't have to be a divine couple. Nevertheless, it could be. Use your discernment however it resonates. Ten of Coins is almost like this level of cultivating, right? We had in the beginning, the Ace of Coins, talking about being led, will never be led astray, right? Well, allowing yourself to be guided will bring you here. See the difference here between the beginning, the Ace of Coins, and then the Ten of Coins? This is completion, following it through. Now you have something worthy of passing down. And then we have the Sun, completely fulfilled, enjoying life. Nothing is hidden anymore, seeing clearly, at the top of your game, like a baby running through a sunflower field, butt naked, just having fun. They don't even know they're naked. They just enjoying the sun on their patootie. And then we have the tower here, which brings in an element of surprise, right? You may not even see all of this being constructed and aligned for you the way it is. It's beautiful. So allow yourself to be guided. Trust yourself. You got this. There's no way that you can miss this. This is just for you. And I'm going to get one last message. Let's see, to send us out. What last message do you have for my viewer as we say goodbye? Look what comes out, y'all. Can't make this up. The dolphin came out again. And in my chakra deck, the dolphin represents joy. But it's kind of the same thing. Open to the power of joy through movement and play. I love that. And so it's coming in through our sacral chakra. Now, the sacral chakra is actually the second chakra, which holds our emotions, the way that we connect to things. This is actually our creative center. This is our creative center. And so the beautiful thing, this is not just for you, right? Spirit is saying you get to partake in the creation of this. This is like co-creating with the universe to bring this about for yourself. And you get to have fun while doing it. It doesn't have to be all serious and, brimstone and fire. No, this is live. You were created to live, not just to work and to have kids, to grow old and die. No, you were created to live, right? The dolphin is actually a symbol. We just talked about the dolphin, but it's a symbol of the water. So for who I'm talking about, you may have a very significant connection with water. And the dolphin helps us to remember the importance of movement as a way to invite in joy, like dancing or, when you're happy, you find yourself skipping a little bit. And so, but the dolphin is, helps us to understand the importance of moving. And also, the dolphin also takes us back to our origins, right? When we think of growing in our mother's womb, it was a sack full of liquid, full of water. So it's symbolic of a simple form of joy, and that experience of being in utero, floating on the water, that first experience of pleasure on a physical and emotional level of being cared for and covered and, taken care of. And then not having to, not having to be so serious, because the dolphin represents humor and playfulness and like this buoyancy as well, coupled with high intelligence, right? It's one of the most intelligent creatures that also listens and moves in reaction to sound and vibration. And then being in the water, it's amplified even more. And it creates like a fluid, adaptable way to play and swim through life. And so this is a reminder for us that when we open ourselves to joy, like we open to all things that can occur spontaneously, it's an energy vibration. And these things can happen without a lot of effort. That's the magic of manifestation. It's being able to meet the vibration without having to even do a lot of work. All you have to do is meet the vibration and it happens. And so, aside from that, you're being invited to remember to live. Remember to live. Life is the life is for man, not man for the life, right? We were created to live. Joy is calling for someone to release all the burdens, all the pain from the past. You've come to this place because now is your time. Joy is calling. When was the last time you felt a spontaneous eruption of joy in your life? Going back to the sacral chakra, that's where this energy flows from. It's in the sacral chakra. This is more than just an emotion or a mood, right? This is a feeling that arrives through the sacral chakra. Can you think of a time in the past where you were filled with joy, and you were just open to it, right? And there was no expectations, no judgments, no criticisms, right? You just sat in this very inviting, childlike sense of fun and laughter and humor and wonder, right? Do you remember being in that energy ever? But it's as we begin to carry burdens, we choose to carry burdens that feel very heavy, carry responsibilities, and we trade our joy for the responsibilities and the heavy burdens. Next thing you know, what is joy? We forget what it even means to be joyful. We forget to even take pleasure in small little things in life, like stopping to smell a flower. Great joy can be felt in that small little act. Small little things. You don't have to go out and ride a dolphin to experience joy. You can, and that would be awesome. But it starts in small little things, like stopping to touch a tree, like we saw in the picture here, connecting with a tree. And allowing joy to rise within us from our sacral chakra. It could also be through creative play, through simply just smiling at people or stopping to do something nice, showing kindness, or dancing, moving in your body more intentionally. And then once you connect back with the joy, if you've never connected with it, allow yourself to connect with it. Once you connect back with it, it begins to manifest more readily. Your body remembers, oh, yeah, I remember that. And it begins to readily open up and be ready to experience that energy more. Yeah. Accept your joy as a natural state of being. Not to mention the healing that happens from being in that energy as well. So here we are at 2 hours, right? But I think this message is for someone. And I think it was very worth it as well. And so I hope this allows you to leave a little bit lighter than you came in, feeling a little bit more loved than when you came in, being able to release more things and walk out with less things that you came in with. And so, thank you for stopping by. Um, Go ahead and like, share, comment if you have enjoyed this reading. I do appreciate it. It helps the channel to grow. Until my next reading, if you want more readings, there's lots that I've posted before this one. Feel free to go back and check out some of those. And then there'll be more to come as well. If you are interested in learning more about chakras, check out my 7-episode chakra series and just simple little offshoots for each of the chakras. I'll be uploading those just to give a little bit more information on what each chakra does and how it relates to the body, positively, negatively, some myths, some things that we associate with those chakras as well. Lots of good stuff to help us to master ourselves. And so, thank you for stopping by again. Until next time, it has been Letty Speaks. Love you. Bye.